Your mind doesn't belong to you. It's more like an open source program where companies wage war all for your attention. Marketers call it getting your share of mind.
It's share of mind. It's not share of market. It's share of mind that counts.
It's estimated that companies spend more than $10 billion a year to market food and beverages.
And many of those ads are for foods that are high in calories and sugar, but low in nutrition.
But what they actually want is way more disturbing. To make you see what they want you to see, do what they want you to do. In the case of the fast food industry, crave what they want you to crave.
Whopper, 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 Whopper.
Your kids will love McDonald's Happy Meal.
You can buy one and add any one of these for only $1.
My job is to make you want it, to crave it, to need it.
It is an all-out assault on the senses to serve one purpose: for you to consume more and consume often. They manipulate human biology to control and modify your behavior, all to keep a billion-dollar industry growing at the expense of your health. The fast food industry's bag of tricks is much deeper and scarier than you could imagine.
I like to think we make rational decisions, but the fact is our brains are getting constantly hijacked.
They've built processes to wreck your brain's reward systems, so more is never enough.
You can't stop.
I don't know what it is. When I see it, I get hungry. My stomach's telling me I'm not really hungry. My mind's telling me.
You won't even know when you surrender to them. From the moment you learn to recognize colors and shapes, they consider you fair game. Those cartoon characters with the big smiles and open arms lining the cereal aisle aren't asking for a hug. Their arms are open to grab you, and they're smiling because there is no escape. So, how do they do it? The future is obese. Today, nearly 1 in 5 children in the United States are dangerously overweight. The number of children with type 2 diabetes is expected to rise by around 700% by 2060. That's still a small chunk of the 15 million children and teenagers who are already obese in the US.
Doctors have said that I am a statistic. I don't really know what it means. I think it has something to do with my weight.
These numbers are trending upwards, and the fast food industry is making billions off them. The industry has broken into your mind and rebuilt it to its liking. How they've done it will shock you.
I drink diet soda all the time, and I want to know if diet soda is good for you or bad for you.
Fast food has targeted children.
Ronald McDonald never sells to children. He informs and inspires through magic and fun.
Exploited human psychology and done it all backed by billions spent in research.
The food industry is good at kind of taking half-truths and then stretching them.
But before fast food became a manipulation machine, it was about one man and his American dream. He dreamed of giving people good food at affordable prices. So how did his dream become the world's nightmare? 40 years before McDonald's blew up in the 60s, White Castle was the biggest fast food player in the US. It laid the foundation for modern fast food operations. Walt Anderson, the founder of White Castle, was the cook making great food that didn't break the bank. His co-founder Billy Ingram was the operations guru and helped White Castle expand. In the first half of the 1900s, the mantra behind fast food was simple: good food, good prices, and the same experience countrywide. 2 of those 3 values exist today. Fast food is still affordable, and every McDonald's or KFC outlet feels the same.
There was only one hamburger man in town. He sold little square pure beef hamburgers with a tasty touch of onion. As the years went by, other hamburger men came to town.
But the industry changed for the worse around the 1960s, driven by one man's greed.
Some would say he was as much responsible as anyone for the poor diet many Americans eat today.
Unlike the White Castle founders, Ray Kroc, the founder of McDonald's, was all about rapid expansion. He cared about profits over everything else. He franchised out the McDonald's name and took it global. His success as an entrepreneur caused a shift in the fast food industry. A fatter bottom line became way more important than the actual food. Kroc was a cutthroat businessman.
He was a man who once said this about his rivals, quote, "If they were drowning to death, I'd put a hose in their mouths."
If anyone else wanted to survive, they had to match his ruthlessness. He was not above playing dirty. Kroc was willing to do anything to make it to the top of the rising fast food industry. That included using your psychology against you. It worked, and Kroc's success turned McDonald's Golden Arches into a symbol of the American dream.
The sun never sets on the Golden Arches From Buenos Aires to Beijing, McDonald's is the most recognized brand in the world.
But McDonald's success was a disaster for you, the consumer. As the fast food market grew, companies had to do whatever was necessary to turn a profit. The good food that Walt Anderson dreamed of was weaponized. The fast food industry threw boatloads of money into the behavioral sciences. They learned how to use food to manipulate you. What they learned and then exploited will make you furious, as it should.
I think we're going to be here a while. I suggest you go get a Big Mac.
Investments in food science weren't enough for the industry. How would they get you to their door? Food marketing tactics target everyone, including children, and there is no escape. They find you in the street, at the grocery store, and at home.
You can't walk in most cities, most places, more than 100 feet without having your brain being activated in some way.
You won't believe how quickly their shady tactics turn you into a puppet. They string you along forever, making you eat and spend more.
Somebody's inside you and they're controlling you. It's just addictive. When you see something, you take it, you do it again and again and again.
The food itself has become worse, but people can't stop themselves from going back for more. That is by design.
A lot of people put a lot of work into making sure we keep on eating.
At every turn, money has won out over your health. This leads to a ton of questions. Has the fast food industry engineered a worse product on purpose? How do they profit by violating human psychology? Are you the victim of a multi-billion-dollar industry but don't know it yet? These are difficult questions, and we must ask them.
Don't tell the kids it's one of those nutritional cereals you've been trying to get them to eat. You're the only one who has to know.
The exploitation is happening worldwide, but it starts much closer to home. The beginning of this manipulation isn't as scary as what comes later. Take your local grocery. It may not seem like much, but it's laid out in a way designed to make you spend more money. That is harmless enough. Put the peanut butter on one end and the jelly on the other, and you'll probably buy a couple more things along the way. Human behavior has its quirks. People are more likely to buy products on the edge of the aisle. Why? Because deep inside, we're all a little lazy. Pick something up at either end, and you don't have to walk down the entire aisle. So companies pay a premium to be placed there. On average, customers also keep an extra $11 for spontaneous buys. Even if you have a list, you leave wiggle room to buy from brands you trust. Grocery stores want you to spend those $11 when you're heading for the jelly after grabbing some peanut butter. It's manipulative, but not outright dangerous. The dangerous tactics are reserved for children.
Marketers want to start to target kids as early as they can. Studies show that children as young as 2 and 3 start to recognize brands.
The next time you head to your neighborhood grocery store, spend some time in the cereal aisle. All of those colorful mascots will be looking down. They're not looking at you, they're looking directly at children, the ones who actually eat the cereal. Those sugary, ultra-processed cereals want to become your kid's #1 choice, but it's just an illusion of choice. Every cereal mascot that looks down and makes friendly eye contact has ridiculous amounts of sugar. The brand may change, but what it causes is the same. Sugar increases impulsive behavior and hurts rational thinking.
Brain lights up with sugar just like it does with cocaine or heroin. In fact, sugar is 8 times more addictive than cocaine.
If cereal companies do this to children, can you imagine how low the fast food industry can go?
Every day, all over town, women have a question on their minds.
What should I serve for dinner tonight?
And every day, all over town, Colonel Sanders and his boys are cooking up the answer.
Operations specialists like Ray Kroc or Billy Ingram would love how the modern fast food menu is structured. It features 7 to 9 choices, so decision-making is easy. There are no bells and whistles, just a simple, straightforward menu even Walt Anderson would love. But if it's so simple, how is it manipulation? The average fast food menu exploits Miller's Law. This psychological principle says that the human brain can process limited information at once. More specifically, about 7 pieces of information. Anything more than that hurts decision-making. Walk into any fast food restaurant and you will see only 7 to 9 featured items. The rest of the menu is still there, but the industry wants you to focus on just a few foods to make a quick decision. Making a decision triggers a small release of dopamine. Dopamine gives you feelings of pleasure and satisfaction. Within seconds of stepping into a McDonald's, you're feeling great. Again, this is by design. The fast food industry controls when your brain releases dopamine. That control begins the moment you look at the menu.
He's Ronald McDonald.
White Castle founder Walt Anderson started off slinging hamburgers by the sack. It was great food that made people keep coming back. But modern fast food does not make money off food. It rakes in billions by hacking your brain. So they've made decision-making easy. What else can they do to make you feel good before you even take a bite? Well, there's a lot more. It's sickening and makes the tactics we've revealed so far feel like amateur hour. The fast food industry takes dopamine microdosing one step further. Limited time offers and special menus work with Miller's Law. They stand out when you make a decision. If you choose something new or limited, your brain rewards you with a little more dopamine. They take advantage of another human quirk called the charm pricing effect. Our brains won't see $5.99 as $6. Instead, they round down to 5. Those 99 cents really add up by the end of the year. And remember, you still don't have food in your hand, but your mind associates a fast food outlet with feelings of pleasure. You're pricing things down and are rewarded for making decisions in a controlled environment. Imagine what this can do to a child.
It shapes the whole way they think about food, what they think food is.
Jeffrey Adwazny, a Chicago native in his 50s, nearly died of his food addiction. He had a difficult childhood, and his parents used to cheer him up with fast food. Imagine the first time a child like that sets foot in a McDonald's. Young Jeffrey's mind is flooded with dopamine just by looking at the menu. His brain won't stop developing till he's 25, but his mind will have spent years telling him fast food is good for him. This is not even the dark side of menu engineering. It gets worse when you're ready to pay. $1.49 more can make a hamburger a meal with fries and a Coke. That's upselling at work, and again, your brain rewards you for it. The fast food industry prices these combos and meals to trick your brain into thinking it's a great deal. It may seem that way on paper, but now you've spent more money and need to have fries and a Coke you didn't plan on ordering. Those little upsells lead to hundreds of millions in profit for the industry. You get a good deal and your brain feels great about it. But all you've done is wreck your dopamine reward systems and eat way more calories than you need to.
You're thinking, come on. You're thinking cold, refreshing soft drinks. Crispy fries, maybe? White Castle, what you crave.
Menu engineering is just a small part of how fast food brands exploit human psychology. The industry has spent billions in food science, creating a product that is irresistible and addictive. But just when you think it can't get any worse, the fast food industry sinks even lower. The industry doesn't just want to exploit your mind, it wants to control it. How they do that is devious. Fast food is no longer created in a kitchen, it's engineered in a lab. Each ingredient is carefully chosen or created to make your reactions predictable. When and why did the fast food industry make these choices?
Companies spend a lot of time optimizing all aspects of their product. The flavor, the taste, the texture.
The industry has spent insane amounts of money on food engineering. They have been looking to create the ultimate storm of flavor in one bite. It's the perfect balance of sugar, salt, and fat that makes it impossible to stop at just one bite. Finding this balance is called the bliss point in food.
Call it the bliss point for sugar, the mouthfeel for fat, the flavor burst for salt. They know that their products will be irresistible.
In the early days of fast food, cooks and innovators like Walt Anderson probably discovered the bliss point by accident. But what they are doing in labs today is no accident. It is a science. When this balance is engineered, the focus is on the money to be made, not the flavor. Our bodies react to sugar and salt a lot like they do to opioids. Through food engineering, fast food companies make food that has way more sugar or salt than human biology can handle. They basically get you high. It's unnatural and designed to push your cravings through the roof. So when you crave dopamine, you turn to the same fast food to do the trick. The company makes more money, you satisfy your cravings.
I eat them, I love them, and I don't care who knows.
With that extra crunch in milk, that frosting just right, they have a taste adults can love every bit as much as kids.
When Walt Anderson was experimenting in his kitchen, food engineering did not exist. When he teamed up with Billy Ingram to open White Castle, the first fast food company, food engineering still didn't exist. The brand's success was down to what Walt could do in a kitchen and what Ingram could do to standardize operations. Food engineering became popular in the 1950s, around the time Ray Kroc took off with McDonald's. McDonald's. The father of food engineering, Nicholas Appert, invented airtight food preservation in the early 19th century. His aim was simple: to preserve foods in containers for longer. Today, food engineering is not about preservation, it is about exploitation. Scientists have discovered ways to hack not just taste, but our other senses too. McDonald's French fries always smell the same. Your mind craves the flavor that comes with it. Starbucks always smells like freshly ground coffee beans. The crunch of a potato chip always sounds the same. Consistency is the name of the game. The same taste, sound, and smell every time triggers the same response from you, the customer. Dopamine floods your brain, and in seconds, you belong to the fast food industry. Remember Chicago's Jeffrey Odwosny? That's what the industry did to him, and it continues to do the same thing to millions of other children. 12% of all American children and adolescents struggle with something similar to food addiction. That's almost 9 million children. 9 million Jeffrey Odwosnys looking to fast food to save them, to make them feel better, only to have their lives ruined.
Sometimes it's hard to see chocolate and I just want to
And
eat it.
is the fast food industry punished? Absolutely not.
The Bush administration is resisting a plan from the World Health Organization to fight obesity on an international scale. The administration says it is too tough on the food industry.
This gets worse in adulthood. High-stress lifestyles lead to the secretion of cortisol. Cortisol, or the stress hormone, has a huge impact on your mood. If your brain is conditioned to look to fast food for its dopamine hit, guess what happens when it's stressed? It's an endless loop that's damn near impossible to escape.
Processed food has this control over me. I've struggled with drug and alcohol addiction, and the parallels are too similar for there not to be a link.
Children like Jeffrey Odwosny looked to fast food to cheer them up. Stressed out adults turned to fast food to relax.
I always have fast food, it's just quicker, easier. Someone's made it for you, you don't have to stand around waiting for it to cook.
Brands like McDonald's leverage nostalgia by bringing back old-school meals and rewards, or worse still, run something like the imaginary Iggy campaign from 2021, which is directed right at your children. There is no escaping the fast food industry. If they don't already own your brain, they use social media ads, outdoor hoardings, influencer marketing, and many other ways to get to you. It's accurate to say they own your brain because the need for unnatural levels of dopamine creates addictive behavior. You're the addict, and fast food is your fix. That's exactly how fast food giants like McDonald's want it to be. Food engineering transforms your body and brain chemistry. It disrupts a healthy gut, and 95% of all serotonin, the neurochemical that influences mood, is produced in the gut.
That's the saddest sound I know.
This exploitation of human biology and psychology has terrifying consequences. If that sounds scary, you should prepare yourself. The damage they've already done to us as a society is awful. Take your pick with immediate or long-term consequences. They're both horrific. The problems we need to tackle are clear. The fast food industry is growing unchecked. There is no legislation to protect you from predatory food engineering. The millions of people like Jeffrey Odwosny cost the U.S. healthcare system nearly $173 billion a year. But healthcare costs aren't the only factor here. Costs dealing with lost productivity, insurance premiums, and other metrics will cost the U.S. over $254 billion by 2050. Victims of the fast food industry have to live with a mind that is addicted to unnatural levels of pleasure and joy. It is a lifelong challenge, like any other addiction. This is just a side effect of what the fast food industry wants. Millions of addicts chasing a high that will ruin their lives. By the time one life is ruined, countless others will start on the same path. McDonald's has survived countless controversies dealing with labor laws, meat sourcing, and E. coli outbreaks. The appeal of the Golden Arches is much stronger than what it does to our health. Ray Kroc, Walt Anderson, and Billy Ingram aren't around to see what the fast food industry has turned into. But Jeff Adwosny is, and he struggles with what fast food has done to his life every single day. There are millions of stories like his, but any real change will take ages.
We in this Congress have a responsibility to protect America's children from the sophisticated, aggressive, relentless marketing of junk food to our
The CDC has been working with state governments and local groups to encourage a healthy lifestyle and better eating habits. Its Division of Nutrition, Physical Activity, and Obesity, or DNPAO, is dedicated to reducing childhood obesity and the health complications that come with it. Government bodies recognize how big a problem this is, but this has no real impact on the fast food industry. The billions keep rolling in, and the industry keeps growing. Obesity rates grow at the same rate as medical bills, but are we ready to hold the fast food industry accountable? History says no. Initiatives like the CDC's are always a struggle because fast food has made consumers short-sighted. They cannot look past their immediate cravings. Those cravings are caused by the same industry that has ruined their lives. Holding fast food companies responsible needs us to look past what is right in front of us. Ask yourself this: will the millions of children struggling with food addiction ever find justice? Why is there no real oversight of fast food engineering? What will a society of impulsive, unhealthy people with addictive behavior look like?